Thank you, my beautiful and talented people. Today we are seeing how do others see you. This pile 1 is the Death card. Pile 2 is the King of Swords. Pile 3 is the Ace of Wands. And pile 4 is the Sun. Just take a moment to choose. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. It all really matters, and I'm very grateful, especially for people who are booking readings with me. And I'm doing a giveaway, so I'm giving 2 free readings as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So be subscribed and comment if you want an opportunity at that. And we're going to move on to pile number 1. So with pile number 1, that is the Death card. So people definitely feel that you are transformational in their life. You probably have a very intense effect. I'm getting that you might be somebody who brings a lot of, like maybe you bring a lot of truth, but sometimes it's a hard truth. Yeah. Got 9 of Cups. How do others see you? Ace of Wands. All right. People see you as somebody who has worked to be happy. Yeah, and that you, partially because of that, you actually bring a lot of happiness in other people's lives. People want to be around you. People see that you take care, like I feel like it's a wish granted, but the part of the reason why the wish is granted because you are filling your cups, you are building the things you are. Like you probably have had to make many transformations in your life. And people see you as going after creative things. Yeah, definitely going after creative things. But at the same time, with the Devil card, some people get unhealthily attached to you. A little bit obsessive. But that being said, you may have had serious things you needed to overcome. I feel like mostly you're not in this energy anymore, although some people definitely get a little obsessed about you, maybe a little bit sexually obsessed. But it's possible that you could have had some addictions in the past. Yes, some of you may have had some addictions in the past. I will say though, no matter what, it just looks like you have overcome, like you've closed out the negative, you've transformed, you've built your happiness in yourself, which brings happiness to everybody else. But yeah, between the Ace of Wands and the Devil card, you inspire a lot of really intense physical desire. But you're also, at the same time, even if in the past you didn't always do things in a healthy way, you're definitely willing to cut that shit out now. You cut that out and then you just move forward on your new adventure. So I think that people find you pretty inspirational with the Page of Pentacles. You do have this new energy of like really building up stability. So I think that especially if you had issues in the past, those kept you from having stability. But right now people see you doing the steps to try to make that happen. With the 5 of Cups, is it that people feel that you regret? It's because the 5 of Cups is having, something bad happened, but you have a choice on how you look at it, whether you are looking at the cups that have fallen or whether you're concentrating on on the things that you're still holding on to. And I feel like for you, you've definitely figured out, you know, I feel like that while you definitely may have, you may have in the past cried over spilled milk, cried over the things that you can't control, that you've really concentrated on what you can, which is maturity. So people see you as working to find balance. Yeah, there's definitely somebody who has a lot of intense feelings for you. But with the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Cups, like, people really value the feelings that you give them. Like, that sometimes you may be just working on setting yourself up in the physical world, you know, like sometimes, but like your emotional capacity is alluring. Yeah, like it makes people feel happy and safe. And you also, like, again, people find you very sexually exciting. And you do have an intensity to your nature. But I feel that most of the time you're just trying to close out anything negative and move on to and concentrate on the good, concentrate on what you can do something about. So you've just been building up your happiness, and that, you know, people just want to be around you because of that. Two of Pentacles came out again. So people really think that that you struggle with balance. I think it's likely that you give too much. Yeah. And it's not that you don't want to be a giving person, but you need to bring in the balance of getting your own needs met. You know, you sometimes need to keep the shirt on your back. And I think that sometimes being generous to a fault has occasionally let people in who do not mean you well. 444 is on the clock exactly at that moment. So that might also be significant to you. All right. Come on. How do others see you? The Seven of Cups. Is that because people have scattered impressions of you? No, it's definitely about fantasies. I don't know. I mean, I know that there are definitely people who like think that you're the best thing that ever walked the earth, and there are some people who maybe just see you for your physicality. So, I mean, your own discernment of that is going to be really important. With the Knight of Cups, yeah. You're somebody who just, with your actions, is always letting people know how much you care. And because of that, like, again, the Ten of Cups is about an overwhelming amount of happiness. Like, you bring happiness into people's lives. And it's also important and I think that, I feel like it's more recently that you've been really trying to bring a lot of happiness into your own life. Because I think that, yeah, I'm getting a lot of energy about, you know, like giving everything and not keeping anything for yourself. How do people feel about you? With the Page of Wands, like they feel like you're passionate, that you're inquisitive, that you may be a little bit naive, especially when it comes to passion. And with the Five of Wands, there are definitely a few people in your life who come in and just make things a little bit difficult for you. Like that just aren't cooperating, you know. I think that ultimately, though, you're at a place where you definitely have held on to negative attachments, and some of these people might be negative attachments. Yeah, some of these people might be. So Spirit definitely is happy that you're concentrating on your happiness. Yeah. So I've got patience. People view you as a very patient person. And another card just came out, so let's check what that is. Let go. So there are definitely people who get the impression that some people in your life aren't right and for you, and that you should let go. Like some people want to make sure that, you know, because they see you, and I think there are some people who, you know, I think that it's not that you only have people who take advantage of you. I mean, some people really are seeing you as the most amazing thing and person that they know. And I think that they actually get really angry, regarding the people that take advantage of you. I feel like one or two more cards. Yeah, the Page of Cups. Sometimes you have like a new kind of energy, whether you are younger in the physical body or in spirit. Like sometimes people see you as making new beginnings, but like you have an incredible emotional strength. And I think that people want you to defend yourself more. But they also realize that you might even just be a little bit tired. Yeah. And that's why you're ready to cut things out. Because some of you are definitely tired of unacceptable behavior. And nobody thinks that makes you unkind. It just means that you're taking care of yourself, and a lot of people really want you to do that. How do others see you? Definitely cuddly. Yeah, people see you as cuddly. I definitely, especially with all these young cards that came out, I think that people do think that you're adorable, even if you are sometimes people just want to look out for you. There's something about you, especially because you bring this joy and happiness to people around you. And you are somebody that's really loving and comforting. And, you know, having a relationship with you, having you in their life is something that, you know, is prosperous, you know, like something that brings abundance, something that brings that happiness. I feel like you have a very light energy, even though you still have dealt with, you know, dark things, but regardless of what you've dealt with, you have a really loving and kind energy. And people, I feel like you are a natural healer, and people feel like in your presence is healing. Yeah, that And I think that that's sometimes why both the good and the bad people in your life seek you out. However, some of those people that you need to cut out, they aren't looking to do any of their own work. They just want you to heal them. But they have the capacity for that. But being around you is healing. It's just there's no healing without decisions. And yeah, people think that you have some connections that aren't quite right. But at the same time, like, people see you as very valuable. People see you as somebody that is very special. And people have a lot of love in their hearts for you, because you do bring this healing energy, because you bring this really loving energy. And they feel, yeah. So, like, in all of your connections, you show people that you love them, that you show people that you care about them. I have the mother charm, Madre. So some of you, like, you have a very close relationship with your mother. Some of you, I get that some of you are having to cut out your mother. Okay, for some of you, I mean, that may not be all of you, but for some of you, your mother may be one of these negative attachments that you may be willing to move on from. And of course, that's not for everybody. And, and a mother-child bonds can be very strong, can be very healthy, and sometimes they can be very damaging. But I feel like, at least for a few people in this deck, that, you may be making that hard decision. So just know that Spirit's with you, that they love you, and I really appreciate you. So just, you, like, bring so much passion, love. You bring so much, there are things that you need to be able to balance. There is things that you need to do more in a practical way, but you are so patient. You are so kind. And sometimes, people want you to, the people who care about you want you to let go of the people who are using you. They want you to clear this energy from your life, because people really, you are really in people's feelings. Like, people see you and you're just starting out and dealing with a lot of issues, but you're always showing that you love. Like, people just are overwhelmed with the love in your life. Just, like, even if you're not, romantically involved, just the loving, the caring, the giving that you exude in your life. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. If for any reason you want a free reading, I'm going to give away 2 as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So just be subscribed and comment, and you're in the running. I just want to say thank you for everybody who is booking personal readings with me, who is liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. All of that really matters, and I'm so grateful. So we're going to move on to pile number 2. Hello, my gorgeous pile number 2s. With the King of Swords. So, with the King of Swords, people definitely respect your intellect. 7 of Wands. Anything else from the King of Swords? So I've got the 7 of Wands, the Lovers, the 7 of Cups. You have a lot of 7 energy, yeah. And the Page of Pentacles. 7 is about spiritual awakening. So, with the 7 of Wands, you really will defend what you believe in, especially an intellectual point. Is this somebody in particular, or like I believe that you do foster equal giving relationships. With the Seven of Pentacles, and I'm sorry, that's the Seven of Cups. I don't know why I keep saying Pentacles. But of course, maybe that was applied to some of you. With the Seven of Cups, that could be about illusions. So do people think that you're under illusions? Do people think that you have a lot? Yeah, people think that you have a lot of options. And they see you as somebody who is maybe trying to ground something, like you're on the beginning of a journey, where you're trying to ground something practical into your life. How do others see you? I've got the Death card, the World. All right, you bring about super intense feelings in other people. Maybe so intense that they don't really know how to react to it. Because you're like, and some of you are Scorpios, definitely. I mean, there's of course Gemini there. But with the World and Death, the World is, just succeeding, ending all, and it's also about ending negative cycles and going on to success. It's like you are somebody who can bring these loving relationships, but do people think that you're conflicted? I think that you make people conflicted, because you definitely, because you're definitely going to pick your mind over your heart in some cases, and especially if something is unhealthy, you will definitely cut that out. So some people are kind of intimidated. Yeah, intimidated by that, because sometimes people are running on the wheel of fortune, reacting to the karma, but you're actively ending any negative cycles. You're actively moving on to your next experience. You're turning the wheel of fortune for yourself, because you're not staying stuck in any old patterns. You're like, well, if it wasn't good, then we've broken it off. I graduate on something well, and and we may start a new cycle, but if any of that's not good, then I cut it off and then I went, like you're very purposeful. Yeah. I think that you've come into your power a lot. So people see you as somebody who's ultra stable. With the Three of Hearts, there could be some people in your life that do feel heartbroken. Yeah. Maybe because you have cut them out. Yeah. But you are not somebody who is going to play any kind of game at all. If they don't come forward and act well, then they just don't get to have you in their life. So the Seven of Cups, I think that the Seven of Cups may have come up already in this reading. I know it came out in the last one. Well, regardless, if it did come out twice, then it's extra important. But you are... Yeah, you just have options. You have options. You have options. You're like, well, treat me badly. I can choose to be with somebody who treats me well. Yeah. But I don't think that you're really confused. You just know that you're not stuck anywhere. That you can move and change things as you want. That while you're very stable in yourself, you're very willing to let go of anything that's bad. People see you as I'm going to go with committed. Yeah, that you are somebody. It's not that you lack commitment. It's just, it's a two-way street, or, you walk alone. Because, yeah. So people see for some of you, you could be traditional, but I'm not really getting that, because I feel like you are just willing to break whatever system you need to do to move on to your next level. Yeah, it's not that, you're not toxic. You're just, but you're not going to you're not going to stay with the toxic. You're like that kind of person that you don't have any time for that. So people see you as somebody who's just, you're somebody who actually follows through with everything that people say they want to do. Like if you want, if you have an intention to lose weight, you actually do. If you have a intention of gaining muscle, you actually do. If you have an intention of getting better in your family, in a family situation, you actually do. If your word is gold, because whatever you want, you do. You don't stay in cycles that are unhelpful, and it's partially because you have spent time. Yeah, you're on a sacred journey. And I feel like you've gotten to a place where you know that you're driving. That you know that you're the one who gets to make your reality. I think that you also had to let go of a lot of things. And through, is this one? And through letting go of a lot of things, then you've realized that sometimes that loss has enriched your life. So you are willing to commit. It's almost like you're as willing to commit to something good as you are to let go of something bad. Yeah. So there are definitely people who think you're cold, but I don't think that that's most people in your life. Do most people think you're cold? No, but there are definitely broken hearts along the way. But I feel like it wasn't something that was unfair, because I do think you do treat your connections as valuable. But if they don't return, yeah. And sometimes that can seem cold to them because they feel like they need a lot of chances. But I'm getting that I'm getting an energy of like, that was your chance. You should have made it work. You should have, I don't think that you drop people at the first sign of trouble, but when people are, if people are showing disrespect, if people are, being unkind, if people aren't also reciprocating, you're very clear on what you want. I'm getting people can't hide from you. Maybe they can't hide their intentions. Yeah, I think that maybe you very much see through people. That you have a lot of clarity. You have a lot of fire as well. Yeah, you're somebody who does what they say and says what they do. You're definitely somebody who has really like high performer energy. Like you will not panic when things. You don't panic. You act. That's what it is. Like you You may be dealing with a strong and difficult situation, but that's okay. You are confident in your own strength, and you have this really clear vision. I think that you also bring, you know, like happiness, but it's almost like you don't play with any illusions. You don't put up with anybody trying to give you a smokescreen. If people don't act and say the same thing, you're done. Because you're only entertaining connections that work together with you. And those are the ones that you're willing to nurture. Like, so like you, I'm going, like, you grind forward, like inexorably forward. You're like, it's not even that you're necessarily going so fast. It's just that you're just never stopping in moving forward, in kind of like making that machinery of your own life work. I will say that people do want more intimacy with you. Yeah. People do want to be closer, be more intimate. But you, and I don't think that you inherently have a problem with that, but it's about whether or not they're yeah, you'll cut out somebody you love. You'll cut out somebody you love, not because you're a cold person, but because you're moving forward on your journey. And you'll do it because, not because they were doing something, you know, it's not that you'll cut them out just to cut them out. But if people are just trying to not tell the truth, trying to, you know, are doing things that would break your heart, you know, you stay strong in yourself and you move on from them. Yeah. And you decide to invest in the people that also invest in you. So you are all about reciprocation. You're all about logic. But boy, are you all about moving the wheel of fortune towards success and ending anything that isn't good for you. So people are incredibly impressed with you because you show discipline in a way that few people ever do. Yeah. So we'll move on to, I want to say thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing. That all matters. I'm so grateful, especially if you're booking readings. I also want to say that I'm doing 2 free readings once I hit 5,000 subscribers. So be subscribed and comment, and you're in the running. And thank you so much. Now for pile number 3. Hello, my gorgeous and talented pile number 3s. So you have the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands, well, Wands is a creative energy. It's also a passionate energy. Like, people like see that you're willing to follow your passions. The Knight of Swords. So I'm getting that, you know, with the Wands and the Swords, you are somebody who takes action. Really, yeah, you're like, you're moving forward with passion. You're taking like the fastest action. You're, you know, concentrating on your own personal happiness, which is likely to bring wish fulfillment. And with justice, yeah, with justice, that you are somebody who's fair. It's like you're fair, but you're also taking care of you. How do people see you, pile 3? Three of Swords. Do people feel heartbroken? Broken by. I feel like people see that you've been heartbroken. But they also see, you know, like you've been heartbroken, but you're building up things for yourself. Like they see you as being really strong. With the Two of Swords, like sometimes you can get conflicted, especially you get pretty mentally conflicted regarding anybody who has really hurt you. Like sometimes it may be even a little hard for you to fully cut them out. Sometimes that causes anxiety for you. How do others see you? With the Nine of Wands, they also see you as somebody that because of this anxiety, because of this heartbreak, it has made you conflicted and it's made you defensive. That you're somebody that is really strong, that you're willing to stand up for yourself. You'll fight every fight that needs to be fought. But at the same time, you're somebody who, like, they feel that, you know, you're conflicted because of this pain and that it's causing you anxiety. And it may be hard for you to let people in again, even though it's tiring to stay in this level of just ever-ready awareness. How do other people see you? Yeah, the Sun. They, however, see you as like a beautiful source of happiness. I think that sometimes, and they feel like, have you come into your clarity? They know that you're going to come into your clarity, that you're going to come out of this dark place that you are right now. That you've had something bad happen to you, but you are light and you are something that brings joy. And like people do want things to even out for you. They do want justice. Like, and they're so happy that you're spending more time building yourself up. And they know that, because people don't see you as dishonest, but they see, like, people see that you've been taken advantage of and hurt. Yeah. But it's like, it's not even a consideration to take some, yeah, like, they're in your corner. They whether it's the true or not, like, they see the people who hurt you as villains with twiddly mustaches, and you as somebody that just deserves so much better. Yeah, with the Ace of Wands, you are just somebody who's moving forward, especially towards your passions. And also, people feel a lot of physical passion towards you. That could have been also why sometimes you've been taken advantage of. Because people were seeking physical, just the physical with you. Trying to be sneaky. But there was definitely clarity on that situation. I got the Seven of Cups. For this one, I'm definitely thinking that, that you have a lot of options. Like, people are like, but you have so many options. I know you're concentrating on this one, but, like, who wouldn't want to be with you, So, even though right now they see you as conflicted, and I feel like you might be conflicted on, I'm getting conflicted on who to trust, You're conflicted on who to trust because you did deal with genuinely dishonest behavior. And you may not be at a place where you can choose somebody, like, you're still in your healing process, but you're actively moving forward. So people, like, if they could wear a t-shirt with Team Your Name, they would do it, like. Like, all I'm hearing is, how dare you? Like, the people in your life, or anybody who has hurt you, they're like, I've got, like, they want to get pitchforks involved, you know, and, you know, because, like, they see you as this. They see you as this beautiful, happy kind, even though they know you're not happy now. Or at least that they don't think that you are. But yeah, you are very physically attractive. And you do have to be very discerning about who you do let into your life. Because sometimes people take advantage of you for that. But you are somebody, I think you're concentrating on your personal passions. You're putting that time into building your own wisdom. You are, yeah, I've got wisdom, Athena, the owl, like wisdom. I mean, you might be also attracting in other people who are more wise, you know, like, because quite frankly, the people who did use you were stupid. Not because, you know, but because you had so much more to offer, and they, you know, were really blind. Like, you're going to bring in, you are bringing in, people feel like you bring in, like you have so much wisdom to offer, and then at the same time, like, you're, the more wise people in your life are going to be the people who are better suited for you. Yeah. People think that it's your time. That whatever, maybe somebody wasted a lot of your time, but like right now it's your time to get your happiness. And again, like, I feel like you've got a cheerleading team. You know, like, whether they're saying it or not, like, in their mind, they're like, yeah! So, yeah, you are somebody that people feel like is a very special, prosperous connection. You're somebody who, I'm hearing beautiful inside and out. You're very much... You're very much open about being yourself, like, and that's one of the reasons why people, you know, like, I'm getting, like, people want to fight for you, like, and like, not in, like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, have a fight over her. They're like, you did what? Like whoever's hurt you, there are some people who are like, they want to have a fight with them. Which I'm not usually getting, but I'm like, I'm really getting that you have a team of people who are, who whatever anybody else did to you, like, these people are 100% for you. So, I know you've dealt with, you know, badness and dishonesty, and it makes it hard for you to trust people, but you have a team, yeah, and people, like, see that you're gaining clarity. Maybe especially on, you know, bad behaviors of people, you know, but yeah, you're getting so much clarity, and people see. I'm also getting that you have a spiritual side. Yeah, that you have a spiritual side, that you're gaining clarity, that you bring people so much happiness and joy that they really, you know, they want to fight anyone who hurts you. Yeah. So, like, you do have loyal people. You absolutely do. If you needed to hear that, then that is the case. Yeah, because people see you as reaching for your enlightenment, like going for your personal, you know, being the best person that you are. People see that you're, like, you really, yeah, you're really nourishing, you're really nurturing, You're somebody who gives a lot, and people see that generosity, people see that kindness, people see also that you're very responsible, and overall, they see that any connection with you is valuable, like really valuable, like, you know, so there are definitely people, you know, you inspire a lot of loyalty in people. And I know that you're like, but then why did these bad things happen to you? And that's partially because you can't trust old people. But you do inspire loyalty in people, you know. Whatever this person was, they were a lesson in not wasting your energy on that kind of person, because you do have people who will walk, you know, the mile with you, who will just be there, you know. And I know I messed up that metaphor, but that's okay. So yeah, you inspire like a lot of love and caring in people. In fact, there may I think that there may be somebody specific who you know, who just sees you as, you know, your person, and it's not this person that you had to let go. Is it this person? You know, I'm not getting that. Like, I'm getting that you were dealing with inconsistency, and that inconsistency was coming from a place of dishonesty. But you are this really powerful, magical creature. Yeah, you're just stronger than the things that have come across you. Like, people think that you're stronger. At least people think, like, people feel like right now you're in pain. But people see you as still, like, making your move forward, as having as many options as you want, even if you're not really willing to take other options right now. You know. So people are very, very impressed with you. Like, but it's not even just impressed. Impressed isn't wrong, because it's not that people are unimpressed by you either. What I'm loyal. Like, yeah, you've dealt with some really genuinely disloyal people, but like the people who are still who you have people who, you know, will really do what it takes for you. Like, there are some people in your life who really do just really, like, be that person who will, you know, like, if you get attacked, they are going to be the person who protects you, you know, like they are. And it's not, I mean, it could be friends, it could be family members. Some of you have a really intensely protective family, but in a good way. Some of you are also, yeah, but you just bring this light to the table. You have this, you know, this excitement, and it's, some of it is like, people want you to be discerning, because they know that whatever broke your heart, whether it's a person or a situation, has made you defensive, but no matter what, like, they see that justice is going to come for you, and partially because it's like they want to be part of making sure that you get justice, because you bring this love and this happiness to them, and they, everything that you're doing to increase your own happiness, they're on board. Yeah. So I get, for some of you, yeah, you feel very defensive. You don't really know who you can trust, but you have people who are going to be there for you. It may not have been the person that you wanted it to be. But you do have people who, like, how dare you do this to my friend? How dare you do this to my family member? How dare you do this to this person that I love? You know, like, you know, you inspire a lot of love in people. So I want to say thank you for all of you watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, booking readings. It all matters. I'm so grateful. I'm doing a free reading. So as soon as we hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away 2 readings to 2 of you. And you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. So now we're going to move on to pile number 4 with the sun. Hello, my gorgeous sunny people. I think the sun has come out in most of the decks so far. How do others see you? The world. Okay, you got the sun and the world as your 2 top cards. Like, people see you as, you know, like you bring like an uncomplicated, happy joy to people. Like they, you know, you have so much of this wonderful energy that they, you know, really want to be around, really want to be a part of. With the world, I think I just heard all I do is win, you know, like it's maybe not that you always have, but like people see you as a winner. People see you as overcoming anything that comes your way. People see you as the world, like somebody that has everything that they could possibly want. But I've also got the 2 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. With the 2 of Swords, I'm getting mentally conflicted, but really not about others, more about yourself. Like, I think that some people really, like, see this person who has everything anybody could want, who, you know, exudes this energy that really just brings joy to people, and that you don't know how to feel about yourself. Yeah, I get that this is very internal, that you don't know how to feel about yourself, that you're kind of blindfolded to that, and that you get very in your anxiety regarding it. How do others see you? The King of Cups. I'm sorry, it's not the King of Cups, it's the Knight of Cups. Yeah, like, I feel like people think that there's a very stark version of how they see you versus how you see you. Because they see you as somebody who's just always showing with your actions how you care. Always bringing a lot of happiness and joy to people. Who, you know, who maybe overcomes very difficult things and just does it with style. With the 7 of Pentacles, I feel like people think that you're very patient. That you're willing to put your long-term goals, you're willing to put off immediate satisfaction so that you can have a longer goal. But they also occasionally think that you tend to things too long. Like sometimes that patience doesn't pay off for you. Yeah, and that's sometimes you spent that care and building and it doesn't pay off. And sometimes people think that and that causes you anxiety because sometimes you're still feeding into something that's not paying off. Yeah, but one of the happiest cards in the deck, Do they think that you're happy? It's just, you, by your nature, bring so much joy into people's lives. You bring so much love, you bring so much joy, you bring clarity and happiness. And you know, and this kind of success, and at the same time, sometimes you're tending things that aren't paying off, and you're not seeing yourself as, yeah. I'm getting that sometimes, like, people see you as conflicted in love, but also like conflicted on whether you deserve it. Yeah, conflicted on whether you deserve love. But people think it's pretty ridiculous because you are so loving and kind. And I think that's why sometimes you are tending to situations that don't pay off because you're, yeah, people think that you have some self-worth issues in relation to it. Like you're not sure whether you deserve love, so you get conflicted and spend too much time in things that, you know, make you anxious and unable to sleep and, you know, aren't really paying off. How do others see you? The High Priestess. They see you as somebody who's a little bit mysterious, like who's somebody who has a strong spiritual self, who, like, I feel like people, like, if they can't tell what's going on, sometimes they'll ask you because they feel like you intrinsically know what's going on more, that you can tap into the situation. Like, people trust your gut. It's funny because it feels like that you have all these instincts and intuitions, but you're a little bit conflicted about it with yourself. And especially since sometimes you're trying to ground everything with yourself, sometimes you're a little bit more willing to be open and intuitive with other people, and with yourself you're trying to ground it into kind of this cerebral kind of you're trying to make things make sense, when sometimes you know and you just don't know why you know. So I think sometimes you're trying to be fair to people by, you know, putting more energy into something to see if it works out, even though on some level you already know. But it's weird because there are some situations where you'll use your intuition and some situations where you'll completely close it off. What do others see in you? Judgment. Like they see, I'm hearing phoenix, and of course this has a lot of phoenix imagery. Judgment is about being reborn. It is also about seeing what has happened, you know, like doing the mental review, taking responsibility for what was your part in things. Even if, like, you maybe weren't the bad person in the, you weren't, a bad person, but again, maybe you held on too long to situations that weren't going to pay off. And that you need to take responsibility for that, only so that, you have the ability to respond. You have the ability to say, that's not how I want to do things anymore. Yeah, with the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, they see you as somebody who's super passionate, as somebody who is also grounded, committed. Like you know how to ground your inspiration into reality. All right, are there any other? I'm going to turn this light on real quick. So, how do people feel about you? Communication. So her third eye chakra is clear, and she's kind of got moon imagery going on, especially with the moon. And I'm getting that with the, if you see a little bit of parallel between these two cards, like these, like communicating, you know, with your intuition. I think that sometimes when you're willing to be in your intuition, often you're in the truth. You know, like you, and sometimes you're in, you have all this, yeah, you have some psychic things going on with you. You are getting communication from spirit. It is really strong with you. Feels like you're in denial about it, though. Because maybe you think it needs, that it has to be something that it's not. It's like you maybe don't realize that not everybody gets the same kind of insights that you do. So I've got, again, like, people see rebirth, renewal with you. The only thing is, it's like, people do really wish that you'd stop holding on to like, the limitations that are only there because you kind of, that are only there because you're afraid to trust this gut. But your gut is true seeing. So people, you know, see you as somebody who's rebuilding, renewing. People see you as somebody like they want to have a close partnership with, because you do bring a lot of hope and healing with you. That they see you as somebody who's just taking one step at a time, moving forward. That you're so loving. With the rose quartz, you are so loving. You're probably also very, like, some of you are empaths. Yeah, definitely. But you are just so loving, so caring. And it's like you're cold to yourself. It's like people feel like you're willing to give love to everyone except for you. And people really want you to stop doing that, because they see you as somebody that's healthy. They see you as somebody that to grow along with. They see you as somebody that, there is no better. You are the best. Especially since some of you are dealing with self-worth issues. It's like people aren't seeing the same thing you're seeing. I feel like people want to be really protective of you. Even though they know you're strong. It's just, they also know that you don't know you're strong. So they want to be protective of you. Like, I feel like you also have some natural healing gifts as well. So, like, you have healing gifts. You have, like, true sight. You and some of you are empaths as well. I feel like not all of you are empaths. But they're definitely a subsection. But all of you are getting this higher sight, this intuition from above. You're, whether you know it or not, you're getting you're getting downloads, and it's just trusting them. And so people feel lucky to be in your life because, yeah. And they feel like you have the key to your abundance, and really just being kinder to yourself is that, like, because whether there is or there isn't, they don't see any limitation in you except for the anxiety that you hold on to and this indecision about yourself. But like every connection you have in your life, you imbue with love. So people just want you to see, like, so some of you are really going to have to be, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the logical side, you know, all of that is valuable, but you're going to have to truly accept that you excel in the more symbolic, in the more spiritual, like in the things that maybe not everybody can understand. That you are naturally gifted, that you bring clarity, you have everything you need to close out any cycle you have, and you are powerful and passionate, and you know, you bring so much love and happiness to people, and people want to give that love and happiness to you, but that you also need to be willing to receive it, because you know, I feel like you are moving past this, especially with the Judgment card, that you are moving past this, but I feel like the water the gardens that can pay off, like, you know, like, because sometimes you're putting the energy in something that you intrinsically, deeply know that's wrong, but maybe you think it's logical, but it doesn't pay off because you know better. you know. And that with communication, and I feel like it being so close to the priestess, some of you like feel like that you maybe should do psychic things for a living, like, I don't know if that was a question of yours, but they, you know, people see it in you. So thank you so much, pile number 4. You're awesome. I appreciate you. If you like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that really helps. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's also booking readings with me. It's really critical, so thanks. And I am doing a free giveaway. As soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to give 2 readings to 2 different people. So thank you so much.